Hello everybody, this is Sebastian Keynes and this is a DragonHeir Selling Gods video. Today I'm going to be showing you how to combat the ancient battlefield at least stage 8, because this will give you the opportunity to open things up to get the precious temporary sand, the legendary type that will allow you to go to the camp and forge some legendary runes, especially if you need these runes for the end game and try to power up yourself to get into stage 9. Stage 9 is a lot harder than stage 8 and you will require a lot of sustain, so try to get legendary pieces for this. Stage 9 is going to be integral for your progression as you continue on throughout the season here. Let me show you the composition that I'm currently using, and this is the Frost Necrotic pair up. I'm using Boresh. Boresh has the Brotherhood set because it's going to give me extra attack up when he does his ultimate, and of course I have the defense down, Crown of the Unclean on him, and he has enough accuracy to try to land that. I have an accuracy and defense for survivability runes on him. If you just have epic accuracy, you should be fine. This is accuracy that I'm using for other content, and I've also of course have elemental affinity that I can get from him. So right now I get 50 extra accuracy because of the upgrades to the Psycho Core. As long as you meet the requirement that is 170 accuracy, you should be able to get that with an epic rune, or even maybe rare, but you should be able to get it with an epic along with the set. If you have had the opportunity to start farming Grave of Rot, then this is the type of gear that I would bring for him. For your defender or tank, try to bring the one, at least for this one, that allows the heal, the damage reduction on your other, and make sure that he's the one that is taking the hits, and then try to load him up with defense and HP so he can survive for you during the attack. For my damage dealer, primarily here, I'm going to bring in Oster. He's going to be the one that is going to try to bring him down along with Raba. Raba does very good damage for a Frost hero, but at the same time he is going to be supporting Oster in this battle, so as long as this Frost lands here, he will power up Oster, but at the same time he will do damage alongside him. And last but not least, on the back here I have a rare called Megan. Megan gives us defense up 1 and recovery over time, which is a healing mechanism. And then she, on her battle skill, she heals an ally and recharges their ultimate energy by 25%. So in this case, because of how soft my melee unit is, Oster is going to be the one that primarily gets that, so his recharge skill becomes a little bit faster. The other thing here for Megan is that I'm going for resistance. I'm trying to get some resistance. So the reason for that is because I don't want her getting stunned, so you want to make sure of that, and you saw that I have a lot of resistance on her for that, because if he does stun you, you're going to give him the opportunity to power up, and we don't want that. So, but there is also another the other situation with the game as it is designed, is that even though you have resistance to try to prevent the stun, there is an inherent 5% where it'll still do it. It'll just, the accuracy resistance check won't be there, and she'll get stunned on some of the runs. But as long as you have somebody that you can bring in with buff prohibition, if you can time this to be applied right at the beginning of his ultimate recharge, he should not be able to buff up with the attack up, or hopefully even the extra damage buff that he gets. So that's essentially what I did here for the skill timing. I'm telling him delay that first one a while, and I'm going 21 seconds on this because I'm also going to kind of take into account that replicas here could apply recharge penalty with one of his hits, so that will delay it a little bit. And then I'm also telling Megan, wait up on your heal, and this is either going to occur right before the hit or right after the hit. Either way, we're going to be covered with the heal or the defense up to make sure that we can compensate for that. Let's do a run here with this, and of course on the first one it's okay if he gets the attack up. It's after that that I want to make sure that he does not get it. So we're going for as much damage as we can here. As long as I see that attack down land in the frost land, this run should be very good to go. Here is the healing prohibition that I want on him, so he does not get any buffs. Megan resisted that one. That's the skill that he does to try to stand it, and we are going. So you see here he has him not buffed up, and that is key for trying to sustain this battle. Okay, the other thing, the reason that I selected this group of characters is because none of them buff. Okay, that is integral, because if he strips you, he is going to get buffed up. Now here he did beat us, he did get buffed up, but we got the attack out, and now that he got the damage, that is fine. I'm not too concerned about it because we're at the end here and he can come down. So when you're building your team here, is either you do a mix, you have to either do the DPS race or you do a sustain, where you try to tank as much as possible as you are bringing him down. In this case for me, because of the gear and the heroes that I had, it was just a race to bring him down as fast as possible, alongside with the heals here that Megan was providing for us. Now, here's another example that you can do with the combination of fire and poison. Okay, so I'm going to bring in Furbath, and Furbath, again, he has no debuffs, but one of the nice things about him is he can apply attack penalty, and if you have him skilled, he has a 100% chance of doing it. And I give him enough accuracy to try to do that. And even though he's a single hitter, I'm still going to give him the defense down artifact for him to use. Everybody seems to like this rare Sigrid, so I did level him up for this to try to show you that he can supplement the damage with Eric, and both of them are going to have gambler sets on them, and they're going to be primarily our damage dealers. And here are my two other supports. Of course, I'm putting Hexandra all the way back because she's the one that has the resistance, and I want to make sure that that we don't get that stun placed on us. And here I have Adolphus, a support unit. Nice thing about him is that he is going to give us shields, which are excellent to bring into this fight, and he can increase the ultimate energy of an ally to try to bring those back as soon as possible, right? So you'll see Adolphus just gives us great support. For this run, I am not selecting any skill timers. I'm just going to let it run. The only thing that I'm going to make sure is that Furbath does not apply his attack down until the boss is ready to do his ultimate. I'm picking the defense aura just to allow us to sustain at this a little bit more, because in this example I am going more for the sustain battle, correct? This is not going to be a speed run. So let me, if you want to, well, now if you were to take this example and then set up, and you want to set up the skill timing for Furbath, just delay his just time it so he delays it right before this major slam, the devastating shadows gets applied by the boss. So that's what I'm going to do here, just as an example. So here I'm waiting a little bit. So you can kind of time it, and the skill timing said on the first move just do it for 5 seconds. Now given the amount of time that takes for him to recharge his ultimate, you can add some skill hates so you can time it so he can then do his attack down again right before he does his ultimate. So again, he's timed right now to kind of match it on par. So like I told you, this is more of a sustained fight, but you can see Hexandra is luckily resisting the stun for us, and Adolphus is doing a great job in applying those shields for us. that gives us the ability to take on those hits a little bit more. So even though the boss is getting attack up and defense up, at least for this stage, it's not a major concern as long as you can sustain it. And so I think the big key here is because we're getting the heals from Hexandra and we're getting the shields from Adolphus. This is what's allowing us to sustain this fight. And then as long as Furbeth lands that attack down, we're golden. The major key here in trying to set up your teams, just make sure that your attackers are in the front, your tank is there as well, and that you have so in this case it was my healer. Whoever's going to take the stun, you just gotta make sure that you build enough resistance on that hero to make sure that the boss does not enter the power-up mode that he has when he does stun you. I hope that those are examples that you can apply for your account as you move into stage 8, and then as you transition to stage 9, you get the necessary gear or runes in this manner that will allow you to then step up into stage 9 and then just get pure legendary runes along with the legendary sand. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Hit like and subscribe if this video helped you, and I will see you all next time on another DragonHeir Selling Gods video.